Hi, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch. This is the project we're making today. It's a Post-it note holder, and it's made with these 3.5-inch coasters. Okay, all the details are over on my website. I do sell these coasters, so the details will be on this post. The supplies are the Balmy Blue gingham paper. This is going to be in the Occasions catalog. So I went to On Stage this past week, and we were given this amazing pack of paper. You're going to love it. It's two-sided, so there's the larger gingham on one side, the smaller gingham on the other. Love, love, love. Okay, so to make this project, you're going to need two pieces that measure 4.5 by 4.5. So we're going to cut those in just a second. Then we need some Whisper White for our image here and the layering scallop circle. And then the inside piece, that measures 6 3/4 by 3 1/4. And then we've got some scraps for these two circles, okay? The stamp set that we're using is the Christmas Traditions punch box. So it comes with this stamp set, this punch, along with a couple ink spots and the big box. And all those details, of course, will be on my website. Okay, so let's get the trimmer really quickly and we'll cut these down. Like I said, we're going to cut them to measure 4.5 by 4.5. And of course, I'm going to save these for some card I'm going to make. So 2 pieces. Okay, now let's decorate the coaster. So I'm going to fast forward parts of this, but I'm going to make sure that I film the first one because the front and the back is going to be done exactly the same, okay? So I'm going to start by placing the coaster in the middle here, and then I'm going to fold over the corners just like that. Okay, just like that. Now, let me make sure I brought that all the way over. If you don't bring it all the way over, then it's not going to be symmetrical, which it's not the end of the world if it's not. It'll be okay. Now I'm going to take my tear and tape. Now you could use liquid glue. In fact, if you watch my older video, what did I use before? I may have actually even used snail last time, but I'm going to use tear and tape because I am actually starting to give away my samples instead of keeping all of them. I'm sure that y'all can relate to keeping a lot of what you make. I just love it so much. I keep it. Okay, so I've got my chick stand there that holds my paper piercer. People always ask, what is that thing? Because I never mentioned it. I just slide it into the camera view. That is my chick stand, and it's just a paper piercer stand. Keeps your paper piercer from rolling around. Okay, there we go. Now, you really do need a bone folder for this project, okay? Because what you're going to do is fold these over, and we are going to glue those down, but using your bone folder before you add adhesive and after you add adhesive really makes a difference. And I can tell that I added my paper crooked. So when we turn this over, you're going to see crooked lines. So on the other piece, I'm going to try to make sure I attach it straight. Look at my side here. Anyway, it's a lot to remember when you're filming a video. So if you're using paper that has stripes, you might want to make sure that you kind of keep them straight. We'll make this the back. Okay, I don't want to waste this. One more. Now I'm going to seal it with the bone folder. Okay, that's how it's going to look. That's the other side. So I'm going to film this part of doing the second one, but I'm going to fast forward it. So maybe I'll put a little music on there for you. Okay, so now we have two pieces that look identical. This one's going to be the back. This is going to be the front. I did a much better job. So now what we want to do is take this inside piece and we want to score it. I'm going to place it here on the Simply Scored scoring tool, and I'm going to on both sides. And that's going to give you that measurement. Now I'm using a half of a Post-it note pad. So if you put these two together, that's a full one. This measurement is for a half of a Post-it note pad. So if you're going to use a full pad, you're going to need to tweak that measurement, okay? So I'm going to fold on the score line. And then I'm going to place tear and tape on here. Now, this will be the hardest part because I want this to be the top of my Post-it note. I need to make sure that this one goes on this one, okay? So I'm going to peel the backing of the tear and tape. I have made this project before a very, very, very long time ago. A nice lady came up to me at On Stage and gave me a project just like this. And she had watched my video, and it was like, I need to make it again. It's been forever. I might have said it's been a coon's age. Okay, so I'm just centering it on here, just like that. And there is the top. So now we need to do the bottom. Ruh-roh. There we go. Now, let me think about this. So how we're going to do this is we have equal distance from the bottom to the top. So all we want to do is just remember what our spacing was here. And if you can see, it's what, like 1/8 of an inch, maybe more. So I'm just centering it over here, and down here. And then, yep, that looks pretty good. See, from the side, once we put our Post-it note pad in there, which it's already got sticky here because I've separated these. So I'm just going to place this right in here. I would put some additional adhesive on that back piece. And there it is. See? Okay, let's decorate it real quick. So I'm using, I already told you the stamp set. I'm using Balmy Blue ink. And yes, I used this on my last project I shared with you. I'm in a blue mood. No, I'm kidding. I do love this color though. And this one, even though I've used this ink pad, this one happens to be a more stubborn one. Okay, we're going to cut that out with the Christmas Traditions punch in the holiday catalog. And then we're going to cut out a 1.5 inch circle. So I'm going to turn this over. Wait, nope, wrong one. I'm going to use my dimensionals for that one. So I'm going to place a dimensional on the back and then add it to the circle. You guys seen me do this with one of my, or a couple of my Halloween projects actually. I love using this punch with the circle behind it. The other two layers are going to be cut out with the Layering Circles framelits. Okay, so here's the big shot and the magnetic platform. We're going to start with the Balmy Blue. then the Whisper White. Okay, let's get all of our pieces back in here. So we've got the Balmy Blue, the Whisper White, and we're going to attach this layer to the Whisper White just with our snail, or you can use your liquid glue. Okay, and then this layer is going to get attached also to the Balmy Blue just with regular adhesive. Now we're going to turn it over and we're going to add some snail, and we're going to take this silver thread and I'm just going to wrap it around like 5 times. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to pinch it together in the middle. Okay, like so. It's going to look like that right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and place it on there just like that. You could twist it, but then in my attempt to twist, I usually mess it up. That looks pretty good to me. And then I'm going to put dimensionals on the back. We've got 2 more steps, so don't go anywhere. Whoops. If you don't like how your thread is positioned, you can always kind of move it around. Okay, now we're going to take the sheer ribbon, Whisper White sheer ribbon, and just tie a bow. I've still got my fabric scissors over here. Okay, that's going to go down here with a glue dot. I need to make these symmetrical. I want to place my glue dot exactly in a very specific location, so I'm going to use my paper piercer to pick it up and to place it. So it's going to go right there, and then I'm going to add the bow. Isn't that cute? And then the last step is I'm going to add one of these frosted and clear epoxy shapes, just to give it a little more bling. The oh, come back here. The silver thread gave it some bling, but I want to give it a little bit more. I never know where to add just one. We'll put it in the same spot. Okay, so here's my earlier one. Here's the one we just made. Super cute, right? Okay, don't forget, if you want to purchase some 3.5-inch coasters, I also have square, 4-inch, and then also rectangle. And my chick stands are all on the same page of my website. And if you can't find it, let me know. Thanks a lot. Bye.